Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers Showcase video. In today's video we're looking at something that's very small, but it's something that I took an instant fancy to because it's from Treasure Planet, and that is the Treasure Planet sailboat. Yes, this sailboat comes with a few mods, most notably the Skybox you see in the background, which is absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. This is the Atlantis Skybox that I highly recommend you download and play around because it adds a lot of colour to Space Engineers and it just looks fantastic while you're flying through space. But as for the main topic of this video, this is the Treasure Planet sailboat. If I press F10 and find it over here, this ship weighs in at 3,530 small blocks. So it's quite a lot of blocks on here for a relatively small size ship. So let's start by going around the outside. So it's going to be a little bit difficult because there's not too much detail to actually talk about at the front of the ship. We simply got some lovely blockworks here with the red and the white. We're using the vanilla Space Engineers skin, so we've got the little rusted effect all over it. We got one little LCD screen on the side there and on the opposite side just to break up this large white area, and as we come down across we can see some hydrogen thrusters. We've got this lovely little engine thing, the little rudder at the back there, which is how you turn the ship and all that. Absolutely beautifully designed, but I'll come back to that just a little bit. Towards the back of the ship we got like a small little ladder with these yellow, blue and white blocks just to break up this flat surface going along here. And as we come around the back, we've got the main thruster, which is a hydrogen thruster. So it's fully capable of going on planets. I've tested this on the Earth-like planets, and it's perfectly fine going through there. So this engine right at the back here extends right there under the mast. We've got our large hydrogen thruster at the back there. Got some lovely detail going all the way around with some unfinished blocks, and this lovely little blockwork on the back there housing that large thruster. But if I was just to come down here and clip through, we'll then be greeted by a lot of conveyors and a lot of thrusters. So here are all the other hydrogen thrusters that go all the way around, and the hydrogen tank in the middle, which is fueling this ship. So we got enough thrust there to be fairly well balanced when we're moving around. But this isn't the only thrusters on this ship, oh no. If I was to drop down and come down to this little rudder part, I think that's what it's called, where we have a projector, which is projecting this bit right here. Just makes it a little bit more flashy. Then we come across to this bit, we've got some more thrusters. Now these aren't too many to actually shout home about. On the side, we've got some underneath, and if I was to come inside, we can see we've got another one on the reverse, and some more right here, just to push you along. So we've got a lot of sneaky thrusters on this ship, just to hide it from ruining the actual look of the ship. Up next we have the solar sail. Now the solar sail is something rather impressive. It's a bunch of LCD screens on the rotors. So if I was to take control of my character and just turn around, fly back over here, we got a button which we can press right there, which will open up the solar sails. The screen will turn on, we'll get to this little yellowy glowy effect on them, and they'll just open up and then just go back. So it looks something like that. It's really good, isn't it? They also angle themselves a little bit, so they're not completely flush, and it looks exactly how I remember it from the movie. Next we've got this little bit down here. So this is the control seat. So we don't have a typical cockpit, so we do have to go into the control panel and take manual control over the ship. We've got some buttons there. One button here is for the signal, which will just flash the ship red. And then we've got another button which I showed you just a few seconds ago, which is how we deploy the sails. We do have some buttons going around the outside just for, but they don't do anything. They're purely there for decoration. And we have two buttons on the side there which are to play music from the Treasure Planet movie, which I'm not going to touch, otherwise YouTube is going to have a fit at me for using copyrighted music. We have this small little controller here which will wobble backwards and forwards, like so, and it will wobble around while you're driving, but it is still pretty cool to have there, and just to imagine that you're controlling it, so while you're in the seat, you can't really see it. You've got some LCD screens there showing you your bearing, and one more behind you which I believe is for the hydrogen tank. The way we control it, like I said, you just press I, come over to the control panel which is here, and then you just take control of it, and off you go. But that's not all, no, I need to come back into this free camera, and we've got to take a look inside the bodies. So hidden away inside the main body, we've got our batteries, which are all in here. So that control panel up there is probably for the batteries. We've got timer blocks, which are how the solar panels are being changed. We've got the reactor, Some more conveyors, there are the O2H2 generators, and as we come down we can see some more thrusters on the left and the right just to help balance that out, and we've got a load of gyroscopes being hidden away underneath the large reactors. And then moving forwards, we do have some atmospheric thrusters in here, so this is just to help you on an atmosphere, which is very useful because it can be a bit problematic if you have these turned off, although it can sort of fly without them, it's just not recommended. And then as we go further back below the main engine part, we've got some more atmospheric thrusters for the left and the right, and towards the back we have nothing else. So there's a lot hidden on this ship, which is quite nice actually. It's always nice to have it hidden away where you can't see it. Now taking control of my character, if I can, here we go. It's now time to actually fly this ship. So this is just a quick look from the side there. If I put my light on, it looks great, doesn't it? So getting into one of these seats, it doesn't matter which seat you go in, they both can do the same thing, we just have to take remote control of it. So let me just turn off the antenna because it's very annoying. Number one is to control the sails. Now do not press these very fast or you're going to break the sail, but we can deploy it. It should be safe for me to undeploy it, yep. Number 3 and number 4 are for the sound blocks. I believe I just very carefully... Good, they do nothing, so I don't have to worry about them going off. But yes, if I press I and find the actual sound blocks, I'll show you what comes with this ship. We have this song here, which is played at the end of the movie, you know, where Jim Hawkins is staring up at the clouds, and the clouds make the shape of, John Silver, is it? I can't remember his name, but yeah, that's that song which does it. There's the I'm Still Here song, which is where has that little flashback of his father leaving. And then we have these two, which I'm not too sure whereabouts they appear in the movie itself. We have number 6, which is the connector at the front if you wish to dock this ship up to a larger ship or to put some more fuel and stuff inside it, you can do. Number 8 is to put the signal on and off, so this is the signal, we just start flashing red, and the antenna on and off. On tab number 2 we have nothing else, so it's time to take this for a little ride. So going forwards, we accelerate quite fast. Considering the main thrust is from that single large hydrogen thruster, it's pretty good. Slowing down, it's pretty good. It stops at a reasonable pace. Going backwards, it's fairly fast. It seems to be a little bit slower than going forwards, but we do stop much faster. Going left, and then going right, it's pretty good, isn't it? Like I said, it's a pretty well balanced ship with the thruster layout, and then going down, it's pretty fast, and going up, fairly slow compared to other ships that I've showcased. It's been quite, like I said, well balanced all the way around with the main oomph of the ship going forwards. And then wiggling my mouse around, it's fairly slow for a small ship, but it does have a nice lot of weight to it and it's perfectly controllable. But as for that is basically it for this video. Let me just hide the HUD here and just give you a small little show around. Yes, it is a lot bigger than it is in the movie, because in the movie itself you could only really fit, what, 2 people? Maybe 3 people on one of these? But there's not much you can do when trying to replicate it in Space Engineers. So as per usual, it'll be in the description below if you wish to download and play around with it yourself. I'll also leave a link to the Atlantis Skybox, which is what you are seeing all around me, because I do like this, and you might like it yourself. And as for that, thank you all for watching. I'll be back with another Space Engineers video some point soon. Bye bye.